Okay, we are going to look at images and captions in InDesign. This can be a little bit tricky, so I think it warrants its own video. So I'm working with a really basic 3-column magazine layout, and I know that I want an image right here. And I know that the images for my article are square. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a text frame, and I typically want my images as big as I can get them. So I like going across 2 columns right there. And I'm just going to put my image into that frame. So I'm going to place figure 1. I'm going to change the frame fitting. That looks nice. And then this frame needs to have text wrap. I want my text to wrap around it. So I'm going to choose my basic text wrap option. And then I'm going to just bump it off the bottom a little tiny bit because that's going to be the distance between my caption and the image. So I want my caption close to my image. All right. Step 2. I'm going to add my caption, but I already have text here, and it's just going to get really messy if I play here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a little text frame over here, and I'm not going to worry about what size or anything. And to keep things simple, I'm just going to fill it with placeholder text, and I'm going to say that that's my caption. Okay. I will go ahead and apply my caption style to it. And then what I want is for this box to have some text wrap on it as well, because I'm going to put it right here and I want to bump these 2 columns off the bottom of it. Okay. Now you'll notice that by default, I don't have my text wrap options anymore, right? When I click on an image frame, my text wrap is over here in properties. When I click on a text frame, it's probably not. So I'm going to come window and I'm going to click text wrap. I have that panel attached right here, but you will probably have it floating when you click Window Text Wrap. A decent thing to do is go ahead and stash it right here so that whenever you need text wrap, it's right there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and select text wrap on my text frame right here. And I'm going to bump it off the bottom by a decent bit, okay? And I can play with that later, but what this does is it means that when I drag this caption over here, and I want it to be right on that column, and it's going to go across both columns, and I want to make sure that it is right against the bottom of my text, okay? And I'm going to put it right up against the bottom of that text wrap. All right, so now my caption is in. I would probably play with it a little bit more, but that's going to be my workflow. And I think the thing to remember is that you want to draw that text box, that text frame for your caption over here. This is called the pasteboard, the gray area, and set up the text wrap so that when you move it over here, it moves this text off of it, and you don't end up with that complicated thing where you have text on top of text and then you get all confused. But that's my basic process.